Much Cathaoirleach, and just this morning I want to bring up the issue in relation to ESB outages, and it's not just happening in my town, but it's happening throughout the country. But it's happening on Saturdays when businesses can't operate. It's happening during lunchtimes, and there's no compensation for these businesses. Now, if it's an Irish Water outage, or they're out because of something that might have happened with Irish Water do compensate their business customers, but ESB do not. Now, that's wrong. How can you expect businesses to operate in this country today when they haven't got electricity, particularly in the hospitality sector? And I believe, I read an article there, I think a couple of days ago, about the Restaurant Association, where 30 restaurants had closed down in November alone. And there is a scary situation going to take place next year for businesses, whether it be the living wage, the increases in the minimum wage is coming in January, the pension auto-enrolment, the statutory sick pay, the PRSI increases, and other various legislation that has to be implemented next year, whether it be the work-life balance bill, parents' leave is extended to 9 weeks. All these are hitting small businesses next year, and that's going to cost them €4 billion. And while the department yesterday, they have stated they're going to give, I think it's 257 million towards the rateable businesses. I actually couldn't believe there was only 140,000 rateable businesses in this country. I somehow thought there was more. But 257 million, that's a drop in the ocean to the support that these companies are going to need come January. I feel we're heading into a storm for these small businesses in Ireland come January and February next year. And, there's already talk about an economic downturn, and we're heading into a very scary place for if you're a small business in this country come 2024. Thank you.
Senator Keogan raised the level of ESB electricity outages that we have. I'm not really sure about the rest of the country, but I certainly know in North County Dublin we get them an awful lot, and the girls probably will be able to attest to that. To be fair to the ESB, when they're having planned outages, they certainly do give plenty of notices to our houses, our homes and our businesses, sometimes to the contention of businesses, and there's a lot of wrangling as to when the dates are. But I think a lot of the outages that happen are not planned. And they are probably because we have degrading lines, and we should have more underground lines than the overhead lines, and we have cows apparently knocking their backsides into lines and causing outages, and birds, and a whole lot of variety of reasons that are causing these unplanned outages that I think we need to have a proper look at and see what we can do. The lines that we have, if they need to be upgraded, they should be upgraded, but we should certainly be looking at the quality and the delivery of services, and maybe having a look at the cost to businesses and trying to compensate them in some way, shape or form, because they can't plan for unplanned outages. So I want to thank you for raising that this morning.